The headline itself is a masterclass in modern digital engagement. Kelly Ripa heralds Mark Consuelos getting choked out in epic fight on Live with Kelly and Mark. It's provocative, bizarre, and instantly clickable. For the casual scroller, it paints a mental image of unscripted, potentially chaotic drama erupting on the normally polished set of a morning talk show. However, to view this incident as merely a viral moment is to miss the forest for the trees. This epic fight was not a sign of a show in crisis, but rather the culmination of a meticulously crafted and highly successful rebranding strategy. It represents the apex of a deliberate pivot from a formal host-guest dynamic to an intimate, relatable, and unpredictably entertaining partnership, one that happens to be between a real-life married couple. This 5,000-word analysis will deconstruct this single event to explore the larger narrative of how Live with Kelly and Mark has not only survived, but thrived in an increasingly fragmented media landscape. We will examine the history of the show, the evolution of its hosting dynamics, the specific genius of Ripa and Consuelos' on-air chemistry, and how this seemingly spontaneous moment of being choked out is a powerful symbol of authenticity triumphing over artifice in contemporary television. Chapter 1. The Foundation, a show built on shifting sands. To understand the significance of the choking incident, one must first appreciate the unique and often turbulent history of Live. 1.1. The Regis Philbin era, the blueprint of banter. The show, originally The Morning Show, found its identity and title in the legendary Regis Philbin. His partnership with Kathie Lee Gifford, 1985 to 2000, was revolutionary. They weren't just presenting segments, they were hosting a daily televised coffee clatch. The host chat segment became the show's beating heart, a largely unscripted, meandering conversation where personal anecdotes, minor grievances, and playful bickering took center stage. This created a parasocial relationship with the audience that was unprecedented in daytime TV. Viewers didn't just watch Regis and Kathie Lee, they felt they knew them. 1.2. The arrival of Kelly Ripa, a seismic shift. When Kathie Lee departed, the search for a new co-host was a national conversation. The selection of Kelly Ripa, then known for her role on All My Children, was initially met with skepticism. How would this vibrant, much younger actress fit with the established, curmudgeonly persona of Regis? The answer was television magic. The Regis and Kelly era 2001 to 2011 perfected a new dynamic, the father-daughter, mentor-mentee relationship, laced with sass and mutual admiration. Kelly was the effervescent, pop-culture-savvy foil to Regis's old-school charm. She learned from the master of host chat, honing her skills in improvisation and relatable storytelling, all while building her own immense loyalty with the audience. 1.3. The post-Regis uncertainty and the musical chairs experiment. Regis Philbin's retirement in 2011 left a void that many believed was unfillable. The show was rebranded Live with Kelly and embarked on a very public, years-long co-host search that involved a rotating roster of over 150 guests. This period, while often entertaining, was inherently unstable. It created a dynamic where Kelly was the constant and the guest was a variable. The chemistry changed daily, and while it produced some memorable moments, it lacked the foundational partnership the show was built upon. The eventual naming of Michael Strahan as permanent co-host in 2012 settled the ship, but the dynamic was different, more of a collegial buddy-buddy relationship. When Strahan departed abruptly for Good Morning America in 2016, it was seen as a betrayal, both by Ripa and the audience, reinforcing the show's vulnerability. 1.4. The interim and the inevitable solution. Following Strahan's exit, the show returned to a state of flux with a new set of guest co-hosts. But this time, one name kept appearing, and the reaction was overwhelmingly positive: Mark Consuelos. The audience had watched their relationship unfold since the mid-1990s, when they met on the set of All My Children. They were a known quantity, a beloved Hollywood couple who seemed genuinely happy. Having Mark on was comfortable, fun, and electric. The writing was on the wall. In a move that felt both surprising and utterly inevitable, Mark Consuelos was officially named Kelly's co-host in 2023, and the show was rebranded Live with Kelly and Mark. Chapter 2. The Alchemy of Kelly and Mark, From Spouses to Co-Stars. The official partnership of Ripa and Consuelos was not just a new chapter, it was a whole new book. The dynamic shifted from host and guest, or colleagues, to a married couple letting you into their kitchen table. 2.1. The Power of Shared History. Kelly and Mark don't need to manufacture chemistry or invent shared anecdotes. They have a deep well of nearly 30 years of marriage, 3 children, and a shared career journey. This provides a layer of authenticity that is impossible to replicate. Their stories about their children, their arguments over household chores, and their reminiscences about their early struggling actor days feel genuine because they are genuine. The audience is no longer a spectator to a performance, but a confidant in their relationship. 2.3. The on-air dynamic, flirtation, frustration, and unfiltered honesty. Their interaction is a captivating blend of romantic flirtation and comfortable, married bickering. Kelly is the effervescent, sometimes chaotic, always witty ringmaster. Mark is the steady, deadpan, often mischievous anchor who knows exactly how to push her buttons. He looks at her with a mixture of adoration and amusement, never afraid to call her out or play the straight man to her comedic flights of fancy. This creates a delightful tension, the kind that exists in any long-term relationship, that is both relatable and highly entertaining. 2.3. The willingness to be unprofessional. This is the most critical element of their success, and the one that directly leads to moments like the choking incident. Because they are married, the normal boundaries of a professional television show dissolve. They can bicker like a real couple, they can roll their eyes at each other, they can share inside jokes that leave the audience feeling like insiders. This willingness to be slightly unprofessional, to let the facade of perfect, polished TV hosts slip, is what makes them so compelling. It's the antithesis of the stiff, scripted nature of many morning news programs. Chapter 4. The Ripple Effect. Why this moment resonated. A playful on-air scuffle between a married couple is not in itself groundbreaking, but the viral nature and cultural resonance of this specific moment can be attributed to several factors. 4.1. The craving for authenticity. In an era of curated social media feeds, highly produced reality TV, and scripted news programming, audiences are starving for authenticity. The Kelly and Mark fight was unvarnished, unpredictable, and real. It was a glimpse behind the curtain at a marriage that, while glamorous, has the same playful, physical, and sometimes silly interactions as any other. This authenticity forges a powerful connection with viewers who see their own relationships reflected in these moments. 4.2. The Power of Shared Laughter. After years of global pandemic, political division, and economic anxiety, people are desperate for uncomplicated joy. The image of a beloved television host triumphantly declaring victory over her husband in a fake fight is pure, unadulterated fun. It doesn't require analysis, it just makes people smile. In the often serious landscape of daytime television, which mixes hard news with soft features, Live has carved out a niche for being a consistent source of levity. 4.3. The masterful social media amplification. The producers of Live are experts at packaging these moments for digital consumption. A short, punchy clip of the fight with the perfect headline was tailor-made for platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. It's easily shareable, instantly understandable, and encourages engagement, like, who would win in a fight in your relationship? This turns a television moment into a social media event, attracting new viewers who want to see what the fuss is about. 4.5. The relationship goals phenomenon. Kelly and Mark have long been considered #relationship goals by their fans. This moment reinforced that in a unique way. It showed that a strong, long-lasting marriage isn't about perpetual harmony. It's about having a partner you can laugh, play, and even mock wrestle with. It showcased their comfort, their trust, and their sheer enjoyment of each other's company, making their relationship seem both aspirational and attainable.